Hey gun nuts, just wanted to come talk to you guys today about I'm going to start a little series going to be called I know concealed carry or just tricks of the trade of concealed carry, I guess. And I did the one about carrying with your safety on or off because I've been carrying the Taurus PT111 G2, and then also whether or not to carry around in the chamber. I want to get into in this series about why I carry concealed, what started me to do so, how I carry concealed, and why that is I carry that particular way, and some of the equipment I use to carry concealed, and just some other things that I'll be covering. I do want to do a follow-up video because I got some really interesting comments from some of you guys about carrying one in the chamber, and some really justified comments, you know. And then there have been some other scenarios that I've had a chance to think about regarding that, saying, you know, I don't carry around in the chamber because, you know, and then I was like, oh man, that's a great point. But then, you know, when you think about it a little bit more, you're like, well, what if this happens? You know what I mean? So, but anyway, one of the things I wanted to talk to you guys today about is the Core Essentials Trakline belt. I've been wearing this belt for about 6 months. Now, this belt does come with a variety of different buckles, and this one is black. I also have another one here that I actually got 3 of them. What happened was, in my household for Christmas, we tell each other kind of what we want. We make out a Christmas list, and my daughter ordered me a brown belt. My wife ordered me a black belt, but the company didn't have black in stock at the time, so Core Essentials sent her out a brown belt, and then later on they sent me the black belt. It is leather with, of course, the insert. You can kind of see that insert right there. It kind of stiffens the belt up. Right, let me see here. Kind of stiffens the belt right there. Alright, and what's so special about this belt is you may notice that there are no holes in it. You can see that? Not one hole. But on the reverse side of this belt, it's got this little track line here. And what that does is it works in conjunction with the buckles system here, and there's a little lever you push, and it kind of activates this. So when the belt is on you, it rides through there, and then to release it, you push this little lever here. It's kind of awkward in this position, and that comes off. Now the buckle itself is very secure. The belt comes with these little size notches. I think it came out all the way out to like 44 or 46 inches. I used to be about a 40-inch waist, I'm not gonna lie, but I've lost a lot of weight. So I got it cut down to about 37. I could probably notch it down to 36 by now. But this little locking flap here locks over onto the belt, and then you're ready to go. Of course, you want to cut it down to your particular size. I did have it cut down to a size a lot bigger. I had it cut down to a 40, but it had too much overhang. I mean, after I was wearing the belt, it was kind of looking like this with all this flap. So now the way I have it, I get about that much flap, which is fine with me. That'll go through my other belt buckle and keep it in place. Now what I do for concealed carry is I don't start it on the very first notch of my belt. I started on the second sideways here because, as you can tell, whoops, we'll get that in a second, this buckle it sits pretty high, so it won't fit flushly under your belt loop. So I start this under my second belt loop off to my side, run it around, and I latch it here on my side. But that actually works out for me because when the belt is on my side like so, actually it sits this way, I have all of this space here to work with for any clips or anything because I carry appendix. Okay, so when it comes out to you, excuse me, comes in a little box like this, and inside the box there's their logo. Now they sent me this, I think they sent me this as a oops, we messed up, we don't have what you ordered, when my wife ordered me the black belt. But what this is a hanger, and the ratcheting system works on this hanger. So you just, actually this way, and then you can hang the belt up in your closet or whatever have you. Then when you're ready for it, you just detach it and go. You can also order these on their website if you want more than one. Me, I'm cheap, so I only ordered one buckle, and I switch them out when I want to wear something with a brown belt. So comes in this nice little, call it a satchel, and as you can see, it's all in plastic here, and this is the brown belt, and that's got the ratcheting system there. And then you also get this little card with some basic information about the company, and it says, thanks for your support. To show our 100% our appreciation, save 10% on your next purchase when you enter the code. And then they give you a little code here, and then there's the website information, copyright information, and everything. My little country came out there, everything. But yeah, this is the Core Essentials Trakline belt. Now I will be probably contacting them to see if I can switch this one out, because I do have another brown belt upstairs that I've already cut. This one is uncut, and I can tell you right now it comes out to 48 inches for the sizing. So if some of you guys are a little bigger, or you want more space because maybe you carry more gear, you got it. But just keep in mind that once you cut that belt, you don't have any more space to work with. Now, to be totally honest with you, this is my first actual gun belt that I've purchased. The reason why I went with this was because of this Trakline system. I really like the fact that I can adjust my belt while it's being on just by the little notch of this little lever. Some of the other belts I saw, you had to take the buckle, there's a long Velcro strip, you pull that, and then you adjust your belt, adjust your spacing, and then you relatch it. That seemed kind of difficult to me because I do take my gun on and off a lot depending on where I'm going. If I happen to go take my son into daycare, sometimes I will take the entire holster out, sometimes I'll just take the gun out and lock it in the glove box or something like that. Also, you might say, well, I got a belt I got from Walmart. And I used to be like, oh yeah, I was the same way. I've been carrying concealed since 2007, so a little bit over 10 years now. And I would have my belt on, and my weapon would be on here, and I would get some droop like this. And I was always what they call piece petting. I'd be pulling my gun up on this side because it was drooping. And then I decided I really need to get a gun belt. Another friend of mine recommended to me, hey man, you're a gun reviewer now, you're on YouTube, and you're running around here without a gun belt? Really? So, and I always thought it was hype and BS, but once I got the belt, I also wear it at work a lot because I wear a walkie-talkie radio that I clip on the backside here, and then I run the strap across the mic across my shoulder and clip it to my shirt, and I wear that for 12 hours throughout the night when I'm at work. So the belt is held up great. I also clip onto it I have a Gerber tool that a good friend of mine gave me, like a Leatherman. You might be more familiar with one of those, but I wear that on this belt, and it keeps everything in place. Like, this belt does not droop. See that? And it does the same for your firearm. When you put it on, it's right there. It's where you keep it at. You don't have to pull your gun up. And then the other beautiful thing about this is once it's on your side, like I wear it, you can adjust it, you can loosen it up. All right, tuck your firearm on, get it where you want it to be, and then you just kind of it's actually going to sit this way. I'm trying to be realistic with it. You just ratchet it down more to where you want it to be and keep it tight. You know, make sure you don't cut your circulation off and choke yourself to death by the waist because you got your gun belt on. But the beautiful thing about that is also you can release the ratcheting and adjust the belt to your liking. Now I know some belts like the Cobra buckles, they're a little bit more flush and fitted where they can slide through your belt loops. But I just didn't like the fact that if I took my gun off, then I still have all the space to where my gun would be. But now my belt's got that little bit of hang to it because, or not really hang because it's a gun belt, but you've got that extra looseness in the belt until you put your gun back on and take up the slack. This one I won't have to worry about that because I can tighten it up and loosen it with this little system here. I think this is ingenious. And like I said, I wear this belt everywhere pretty much. This has replaced my regular day-to-day belt, even though I might not carry my firearm. I try to carry my firearm. I'm going to say 90% I have my firearm on me. But without the firearm, this is still a great, comfortable belt. I love the stiffness of it. It keeps your pants nice and stiff. It was funny when I first got it and I got undressed and my pants were just hung open like this. It was wild because usually your pants just kind of lay down and kind of collapse on themselves. And this kept the pants like opened up like this. It was a little weird. It was like having a lasso or something. But anyway, that is the Core Essentials belt. I will provide a link for you in the description. Let me know what kind of gun belts you guys wear. What do you think about the Core Essentials belt if you have one? And I do highly recommend getting one of their belts. No, I am not endorsed or supplied or any of those other things by Core Essentials. These are belts that I purchased, and or actually they were Christmas gifts, so I'm lying to you right there. But don't think they provide me any money for their belts. But like I said, I was going to send that brown one back because they do have like a cloth type of belt, like a tactical, more tactical style of belt instead of it being leather. Because I don't want to look like I'm going to church or getting dressed up when I'm wearing my tactical pants. So when I start doing my training classes, I'll have something that's kind of matching. So in a nutshell, gun nuts, that is the Core Essentials belt. Like I said, I will have the link in the bottom there for you. Don't forget to check us out on Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, of course. Don't forget to share, like, subscribe, and also leave me some comments about the belt. What kind of belt do you wear? What do you think about the Core Essentials belt? And also, as always, gun nuts, God bless you and happy shooting.